Hey, it's Councilman Salters and Councilman Grove here with your council recap. Not a really big agenda tonight, but we got typical council business done. One of the big things that we did discuss, we kind of start off the gate with budget hearings. I think that's kind of extremely important, how the city's going to be run, what finances are going to be for each department, and what we're going to allocate for those things. So we discuss what we need to do, specifically time frame, because that's very important when it comes to budget hearings.
Last year we did a one-day long night, but we did it all in one night. So we all agreed to do that again in August 20th.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of the one night thing because when you kind of split things up, there's some things that we discussed the night before that you need to kind of remember, or it kind of, hey, we need to put a pin in it, and then you kind of forget about it, or the people aren't there to discuss it. When you do it in a one night frame, it's an easy flow, it's a longer night, but you get a better feel where the budget's at, what's being spent, what's not being spent, where you need to move funds around to, and you do get a lot of discussion in that, and it's nice to have it kind of end in that day.
Yeah, I agree. And really, I know you probably agree, one of the most important things that we do on the council budgets for the next year. So, and the public is definitely invited to attend.
Yeah, you can come watch the budget hearings. It's not like it's really exciting, but it's very, very, very important. And if you've never kind of been to a budget hearing or see things, what you do is you get a list of each department, and it goes line item by line item, specifically what they spend for the year. And what's nice is when you see it, it tells us, hey, we're 3/4 of the way done with the year. This is how much money is left in this account. So then it gives you a good idea of, all right, are we allocating the right amount for this fund? Do we need to cut back from this fund? Do we need to move money from this fund to something else? So it takes a lot of time. You've got to really get those glasses out. I've really cleaned my contacts out and just look through there and make sure everything's done. So it's one of the more important things, and that's going to be Tuesday, August 20th, 5:30 to 9. So if that's something that you're interested in,
come and see how it works.
Come and see how city government works. Other than that, we had some minor things. VU came to get, basically an ordinance passed for easements.
Yeah, third reading usually.
Yes.
Usually it's done by now, but there was an objection that was VU addressed it, dealt with it, came to the conclusion that Metronet was agreed upon, and they withdrew their objection, so we were able to get it passed on third reading.
Yeah, and that was one of the things. I think that's a good example of how everybody's working together to see, projects and things move forward in the city of Vincennes. VU reached out and fixed the problem with Metronet. There was really no issue when you had to come through tonight, so it's just an easy pass. So you'll probably start to see construction soon on the French Commons. Is that what they're calling it?
Yes, that's what they're calling it.
French Commons. And then we had an ordinance to update update something in the inspector's office. Basically a conflict of interest thing. If there was something that the inspector was looking at that was a conflict of interest to him, here are the steps that you follow through. A nice thing, this is just common sense. We basically follow this protocol anyway, but the state wanted to make sure it went through.
Yeah, we've had no issues.
Right.
This is just a new state law, and we just had to abide by it. So
yeah, I mean, pretty simple, pretty straightforward. And this is some of those things that you'll see in council meetings where the state changes some laws, and you've got to update them to stay in line with what the state does. Obviously, it's a city entity. We have to make sure that we follow what the state lays out, and that's just a simple cleanup of the books.
Yeah.
And one of the last things, we had to take it off the agenda because you didn't really need to pass an ordinance, but the renaming of Oliphant Drive to Roth Way. Obviously, Phil passed away last week, kind of a titan in the city of Vincennes. All the great things that he's done, I've had a couple battles with him.
Oh, yeah.
But the thing that I loved about it was this, he was just tenacious and wanting to see progress and wanting to see things move forward.
I always said he's the guy you want on your team.
Yeah,
so
and
he could get things done.
It was nice to have him on our side on a lot of things, moving the city forward. He's going to be missed. There's going to be big shoes to fill. If you look through the campus, you look through things that are happening in the city of Vincennes, you can't say anything but thanks for the hard work that he did to make this community better.
Definitely.
And it's hard to believe. It's the end of July. And it's rocking and rolling into August. So that's basically what we had tonight at council. The key thing about this is we want to keep you informed, to keep you up to date with everything that's going on in City Council. Councilman Grove, it's Monday night, so
Food trucks are hopping 12, trucks tonight. So
Yeah, if you haven't been to Food Truck Monday, I would advise you to go. It's not just, hey, maybe you don't like the food. Maybe you just want to go and sit and talk and listen to music.
listen to music, yeah.
It's, I'm one of those picky guys that eats constantly healthy all the time. Yeah.
Yeah.
And one of the things is, like, I'm super picky, but my kids love the ice cream down there, these huge waffle ice cream cones. So we got to get those. But the music's great. And what's even better is just sitting there talking to people.
Right.
I just love being with our community because things are just going great. So if you haven't had a chance, make sure you stop down there.
Yep.
All right, and then
Sounds good.
next time we see you will be August.
Unbelievable.
Crazy. Things are getting fast. All right, see you then.
See you.